KFC Puppet Partners present In a Deep Dark Wood There Lived an Ogre.
Once upon a time, dear ones, in a deep, dark wood, there lived an ogre, shunned by the neighboring villagers, and for good reason. He lived a solitary life. In that village, there lived a boy named Seth. One day, against all common sense, he foolishly wandered into that deep, dark wood. If you would have asked him why, he would have said that he was searching for something that was more than nothing. In the deep, dark wood, there was a crooked little path. Down this path walked Seth, turning this way and turning that, until suddenly he found himself face to face with the ogre. "Are you going to eat me?" said the boy. "That is the way this usually goes," said the ogre. "Please don't eat me," said Seth. "I am young and just beginning my search." "What are you searching for?" said the ogre. "I am not sure," said the boy. Something that is more than nothing." "That is not a good enough reason to not eat you," said the ogre, who was cleaning a talon with a sharpened stick and ignoring the double negative. "Have you no heart?" cried the boy. The ogre looked up. "Why, as a matter of fact, I don't." "Then take mine," said Seth. "Just don't eat the rest of me." "Deal," said the ogre. So he put Seth into a dreamless sleep, removed his heart, and placed it in his own chest. He held his hand over it and felt its steady beat. This happened in the beginning of springtime. The weather warmed, and the woods bloomed with shooting stars and trout lily and May apples and trillium and Dutchman's breeches and spring beauty, old Jack in the pulpit, and pretty bluebells. With his borrowed heart, the ogre began to see all the beauty around him. For the first time in a long time, he felt glad that birds were returning from their winter lands, and for the damp, mossy smells of the awakening woods. His new heart constantly surprised him. It ached and soared. It beat quickly with excitement and filled him with awe. And it was sad as well. The ogre felt a longing to share with the boy all the new things he was feeling. It is in this way that the ogre learned what it is to be lonely. Summer came and went as summers do. Trees began to brace for the winter. Birds finished the hard work of raising their young and began to prepare for the hard work of migrating south. Leaves began to crunch underfoot, and the air smelled crisp. Fox and stoat, mole and rabbit, all began to prepare their winter homes. It was at this time that a young man named Eli found his way into the deep, dark woods. He was searching for his brother Seth. What he found was the ogre. "Are you going to eat me?" asked Eli. "And did you eat my little brother Seth?" "No and no," the ogre replied. "Your brother is here. He has given me his heart, and it has changed me." The ogre led him to his sleeping brother, and Eli cried out, "Please give him back his heart. He was foolish in many ways, but I miss him and I want him back." "I can't," said the ogre. "I can't go back to what I was." "Then take my heart instead," said the boy. So the ogre put Eli into a dreamless sleep he gave Seth back his heart and took the brother's heart for his own. It is in this way that the ogre learned how much one can love another. Seth woke. He yawned and stretched and looked around. What has happened? The ogre showed him his sleeping brother and told him what he had done. The boy was filled with sadness and regret. His foolishness had set this in motion, and he wanted to fix it. He begged the ogre to help him find a new heart for Eli. It is in this way that the ogre learned what it is to be needed. So together the ogre and Seth set out along the deep, dark path to find a heart for Eli. They came upon a field mouse tidying her nest. "Can you give your heart to my brother?" But the mouse said, "My heart is small and always afraid. I don't think this is the heart you want to give your brother." Next they asked a robin, "Can you give your heart to my brother?" But the robin said, "I am all packed and ready to fly south. Maybe when I come back in the spring." They asked a fish, "Can you give your heart to my brother?" But the fish said, "He would want to be cold and wet all the time. The river would call to him. He would never feel at home." They thought about asking a skunk, but changed their minds. Then they saw an old bear scratching his behind on a tree. "Can you give your heart to Seth's brother?" they asked. Said the bear. "I am many seasons old, but my heart is still strong. I am looking forward to that last long hibernation that comes to old bears. If your brother can use my heart, he is welcome to it." And so it was done. An ogre with a boy's heart, Seth with his own wiser heart, and Eli with the heart of a bear. As the days went on, they spent more and more time together in the forest. The ogre became more and more like a man, Seth became less and less foolish, and his brother became more and more like a bear. In this way, the ogre learned what it is to be a friend. One day, as the three friends were walking through the deep, dark wood, they came upon a tidy little cottage in the middle of a clearing. They were hungry and tired, and feeling the beginning of winter in their bones. Eli raised his paw and knocked on the door. It was opened by a small woman with hair that used to be as yellow as butter, and now was as white as the moon. "I've been waiting a very long time for you," she said to the bear brother. "Won't you and your friends come in and have some porridge?" So they did, and it was wonderful porridge. Not too hot and not too cold. In fact, dear ones, it was just right.